So, over the years, I've made a lot of videos, specifically credit card videos. In 99% of the videos, I talk about how great credit cards are, because I think they are. They help you save money, earn free travel, help you build credit, and the list kind of goes on. But, much like the real world, the credit card world isn't all butterflies and sunshine. So today, we're gonna look at the slightly uglier side of credit cards. Namely, we're going to talk about the 5 worst credit cards of 2023. And stick around to the end though, because I've got a bonus one for you. So coming in at number 5, we have the luxury card collection. Either the MasterCard Black Card or the MasterCard Gold Card. The first thing that I'm gonna call out as a huge red flag is you go on their website and right under that Apply Now button, it says, watch TV commercial here. You know, to me, it's absolutely hilarious. What that reminds me of is TJ Maxx or Marshalls or wherever you go into kind of these discount stores, they have these little knickknacks and gadgets. And oftentimes at these discount stores, they would be a little red as seen on TV label. That's what this card reminds me of. This is a card that you might have seen on a late night infomercial. It is absolutely comical because these guys are supposed to be a luxury card. I've never seen a Chase, an American Express, a Citi or Capital One take their luxury card and say, hey, by the way, here's our commercial. So off the bat, something is fishy. Let's go on to the sign-up bonus. Oh, actually, never mind. There is no sign-up bonus. As far as an earnings rate, if you look on their website, and this is what annoys me about certain cards in which they position because they're not clear. See, on their website, they talk about their redemption rate, which is how much can you redeem the points for, but they don't actually talk about their earnings rate. Like, if you took the card and you swiped at a gas station, how many points would you earn? Well, you wouldn't know that based on this website. I literally had to call them and say, hey, I'm interested in applying for the card. What's my earnings rate? It wasn't until 3 attempts that the person on the other line was able to tell me specifically what the earnings rate was. They literally tried to read me a script 3 times of the benefits of the card. I mean, it felt like a hard sales pitch. So anyway, the earnings rate is just 1 point per dollar. So again, we're talking about the MasterCard Black Card and the MasterCard Gold Card. They're both positioned as these luxury travel cards, and so there's not too much differences in terms of benefits. The Black Card gives you a $100 airline incidental credit that could be used towards airfare. The Gold Card gives you a $200 airline incidental that could be used towards airfare. They have the standard things like global entry, TSA PreCheck, which you would expect for cards of this caliber. Next, let's take a look at the redemption. So both cards are gonna earn you 2% cash back for airfare redemptions, which actually is pretty decent. And as far as cashback redemptions for all others, the MasterCard Black Card is gonna earn you 1.5% and the Gold Card is gonna earn you 2%. You will earn 1 point per dollar spent, but then you can redeem it at a 2-cent per point value, which is decent on the Gold Card, and on the Black Card isn't bad either at 1.5x and 2x for the redemptions. Now though, let's go ahead and jump into what the annual fee looks like for both of these cards. So the Black Card comes with a $495 annual fee, and the MasterCard Gold Card comes with a whopping $995 annual fee. Folks, that's nearly $1,000. That's crazy. So obviously it should be loaded up, right? Well, the only thing loaded up on the Gold Card is that it's 24 karat gold card. What? Okay, so let's do this. Let's take out the airfare credit. So you knock off 100 for the Black Card, 200 for the Gold Card. So that's $395 for the Black and $795 for the Gold. Okay, what else? Because these cards are positioned to us as luxury, as premium travel. So I would expect they would compete against an American Express Platinum. I would expect they would compete against a Chase Sapphire Reserve, a Capital One Venture X. Citi Prestige no longer exists, so RIP Citi. It competes against those premium cards, but it's just a cashback card. Yes, it gives you global entry, but that's par for the course at this level. What about the point transfer partners? Can I take the earning from any luxury card, whether the Black Card or the Gold Card, and transfer it to a flight partner? No. How about a hotel partner? Can't do that either. And yet at the annual fees that they come in, even taking out the $100 and $200 airline credits, they're still some of the most expensive cards on the marketplace. So then who is this card for? No one. The answer is no one. This is not a good card, folks. If you actually want a luxury travel card, a Venture X will pay you $5 and give you all of these benefits, and it's a 2% pretty much everywhere. A Sapphire Reserve is gonna give you the 1.5x boost, but guess what? You're in the Chase ecosystem. You can transfer it to Hyatt, you can transfer it to United. The American Express cards, the Platinum as well as the Gold, both of those cards you can transfer again to flight partners as well, hotel partners, and guess what? Their effective annual fees are much lower. The Platinum's effective annual fee may be $100 to $200. The American Express Gold's effective fee is actually about $10. The Sapphire Reserve is $250, and the Venture X pays you $5. Folks, the luxury card, MasterCard Black and the MasterCard Gold is marketing 101. There is nothing here. This is a huge nothing burger. If you are interested in premium travel, do not look here. Also, can we just call it the fact that they call themselves a black card? You're not an Amex Centurion. Yes, the color of your card is black. Yes, it's marketing. What else? What else are you giving me? Nothing. Now, in addition to that, these guys are basically just a cashback card, right? Why don't you get a no annual fee cashback, City Double Cash? Boom, done. Heck, you could even do a Chase Freedom Unlimited at 1.5% across the board at no annual fee, pair with the Sapphire Reserve and get a 50% boost on those points. So again, there are a ton of alternatives to either of these cards. This is just marketing 101. Avoid it. I guess really the only thing these cards have going for them is the fact that they're metal. And again, for some folks, that's cool. Except metal is really just par for the course at this level. And if you want a metal card with no annual fee, you can get an Amazon credit card that's metal. Next. Coming in at number 4, we have the Fingerhut Credit account. If you've never heard of Fingerhut, I don't blame you. I haven't either. But what Fingerhut is, it's like an Amazon, but more expensive, like a lot more expensive. These guys were founded in the 50s, as originally I believe they were a mail order catalog. So basically you can go on and buy items on there. That's cool. And then you can buy items on there using credit from them to build your credit, which is cool, but there's a couple issues here. One, things on this website are just a lot more expensive. For example, a MacBook Air. On Fingerhut, this thing's over $1,300. But if we went on Google and just searched MacBook Air, look at that. Micro Center, $800. That's $500 cheaper, just not buying it from here. But anyway, we'll play along. Okay, so we wanna buy something from Fingerhut because we wanna build our credit, right? And so they'll let us pay in installments. Great, let's see what that looks like. So I went on the website to figure out exactly how much we would end up paying if we were to try to do an installment payment from them to try to build credit, right? Keep in mind, the interest rate right now for a Fingerhut credit account is 29.99%. That's insane. So you look at this chart, looks like $1,300. We would pay at most $1,964. For a MacBook Air, that's supposed to cost $800. Folks, this is literally 2.5 times more expensive. So included in this obviously are gonna be your interest charges. Then you have to pay $30 for the down payment. Then you have to pay $625 for the financing charges, and all the rest is made up of interest. Oh, this one hurts me. You're literally paying 2.5 times more for something so that you can build credit. In effect, you're paying $1,100 to build your credit. That's absolutely insane. I can't believe something like this exists and it's just advertised. Like, you should come on here to build credit and you should pay us $1,100 if you were to buy a MacBook. Obviously, for other things, it's cheaper, but if it works out the same way, you end up, whatever item you wanna buy, you end up paying what? 1 times, 2 times over so that you can finance it, so that you can build credit. That's not it, folks. Coming in at number 3, we have the First Access card by the Bank of Missouri. Now, first impressions, not bad. Clean website, First Access, sounds like it's kind of a first card I should get, right? But folks, the devil is in the details. Let's zoom in here to this term sheet where all the fees are laid out. First thing to call out, the APR or interest on this is 34.99%. Listen, on this channel, we pay on time and in full, so interest rates never matter. But the most I think I've seen an interest rate float for any of the cards that I talk about, maybe 20-ish%, 18, 19, 20-ish%, 34.99. I've literally never seen a number that big, I think, on a credit card term sheet before. So that's where we're starting. Next, let's go down to some of the fees. If you wanna open this First Access card, you're gonna have to pay some fees. And I'll take a minute to pause here, which the thing that gets me about a lot of these cards is that they're kind of pitched to help you build credit, repair credit, start on the right credit journey. But these fees, and especially for someone, if I think about it, if you're just starting to build credit or you're repairing credit or wherever you are, you might not be aware to how things work, and so you're not gonna go into the fine print and read these terms and conditions and fees. And yet these are just absolutely loaded with like little landmines almost. So let's go ahead and take a look. First, you have here a setup fee of $95 because, of course, if you want to open a credit card with us, we need to set it up for you, 95 bucks. Next, you have an annual fee of $75 in your first year, but then in your second year, we actually dropped that to only $48. Okay? Following that, we have a monthly maintenance fee. Now, in the first year, there is no monthly maintenance fee, but in the second year, you're gonna have to pay us $8.25 a month to maintain your account, on top of the annual fee. Don't forget, don't forget. Now let's jump into some of the more miscellaneous fees. So if you want an additional card, which is like adding an authorized user, you're gonna have to pay us a fee of $29. Keep in mind, for most no annual fee cards, Chase, Capital One, Discover, some of their entry-level beginner cards that I talk about, additional users, that's free. Next, if you want a premium card, you'll have to pay us a fee of $6.95. What does that mean? Well, I couldn't actually figure it out unless I applied for the card. I did not want to give them the information. So I called the representative and I said, hey, listen, I want a premium card. What does that entail? They literally told me, oh, so if you want a picture of, say, the ocean, or a picture of an animal, or a picture of American flag, we're gonna charge you $6.95. What? That's not even the best fee. We also have a credit limit increase fee. What does that mean? Well, again, the segment of the population here is you're working your credit, you're building credit, so you obviously, you have a very limited credit limit, and so you want to increase that. Well, let's say that this first access card increases your credit limit by $100. You owe a fee of 20% of the credit limit increase. So we increase your credit limit by $100. You're gonna have to pay us $20 for that. That is not normal. When I read that in the terms and conditions, it was literally just like, I've seen it all. I've literally seen it all. The fact that we want to help you build credit, but the minute that we actually increase your credit limit, that could actually help you because it could reduce utilization, we're gonna charge you a fee for that. Oh, all right, we gotta keep going though. A copy fee. If you need a printed statement for whatever reason, we're gonna charge you $3 to send you a statement copy. They thought of it all. They thought of it all. Now let's go to the other miscellaneous section. There's gonna be interest, right? If you hold a balance, you're gonna pay interest. And by the way, folks, what we practice on this channel is we pay on time and in full. We don't owe banks any interest. We never pay interest because we pay on time and in full. But say that you missed up or whatever it is, and you ended up owing interest on this card. Well, at a minimum, you will owe $1 of interest. Like, it doesn't matter if the interest that you're assessed might be 20 cents or 30 cents. At a minimum, if you owe any interest, they'll do you a favor and just round it up to a minimum of $1 interest. Reiterating this list again is just, folks, don't do this. This is not normal. These type of fees hidden in terms and conditions like this is not the norm. But there you go. So for all those fees, you're probably thinking, okay, well, I've got some benefits, right? Maybe give you travel benefits, maybe they're gonna get great earnings rates. No, there are no benefits. This is a credit card with a lot of fees. That's it. There are no additional perks. So to wrap it up, in year one, the first access card by the Bank of Missouri, you will owe a fee of $170 just to get everything set up and running. In year two and every subsequent year, it seems as if the fee is going to be $147 a year. To put that into perspective, the beginner entry-level cards that I talk about, and even the secured and student version of those cards I talk about, such as a Discover It, a Chase Freedom, a Capital One Quicksilver, no annual fee. For opening it, there's no opening fee, there's no maintenance fee, there's just no fee. It's free. Coming in at number 2 for worst cards of 2023, we have the Premier Bank Card MasterCard. This card is toted for folks who have a credit score of over 500. They will give you a credit limit of anywhere from $200 to $700. Same as before, let's go open up this term sheet. Wow, the interest rate, 36%. Just when I thought 34.99 couldn't get any better, 36%. Insane. Again, folks, with credit cards, we're paying on time and in full. But we all know the meat and potatoes are gonna be in the fees. So let's see what kind of fees we got here. The first thing I wanna note as a red flag for this term sheet is the font is tiny. This is an online PDF. It's not as if this is printed and sent to me and, oh, they print small, they want to fit on a page, whatever. This is an online PDF. To make this bigger, you just move that mouse arrow to the little thing that says font size and go 14, 15, 16. You can read it. But guys, I kid you not, I literally had to like smush down my window and put my face closer to the screen to read it. Why? Why is that? So that's gonna be my first red flag. It's very difficult to actually read the terms and conditions and the fee schedule in here, but nonetheless, I was able to, so let's jump in. The first fee is the setup fee, $95, just to open the account. Next, we have the annual fee. It's $125 the first year, and it's $49 the second year. Monthly maintenance fee. Well, there's no monthly maintenance fee in the first year, but in the second year, every single month, you will pay $10.40 just to maintain the account. And similar to the first Access card, there is a credit limit increase fee. This fee is 25%. So if they increase your credit limit by $100, you would have to pay a 25% fee of the $100, which is $25. So it's like, John, you've done a great job. You've showed responsible use. We want to increase your credit limit. By the way, for us to do that, you're gonna have to pay us. We're gonna increase it by $100. You're gonna have to pay us 25 bucks. In what world does that make sense? And how can I forget, there is going to be a copy fee. If you want a copy of this statement, it's $3. So if we add everything up, in the first year, you're gonna pay a total fee of $220. That is on par with an American Express Gold. And yet the Gold is an actual premium card, and effectively you pay $10 for it. You get all these travel perks, but you pay $220 here. But no worries, the fee in the second year only drops to $173.80 every year thereafter. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna breathe and we're gonna get through this. So some other interesting things to call out. Similar to the first Access card, interest charges. At a minimum, $1. So if you happen to hold a balance and it's a very small balance and we have to assess you some interest, and the interest was say 10 cents or 20 cents of interest, the Premier Bank card will round that up and make sure that you're paying at least $1 in interest. Oh, and I thought this was just interesting. You can't get this card if you live in New York or Wisconsin. Never seen that for at least a major card brand before, where if you live in these states, it's not even like excluding a credit score or something. It's like if you live in the state of New York, you can't get the card. Now, I know the state of New York has some pretty aggressive consumer protection and consumer finance laws, so I wonder why someone living in New York can't get this card. And again, I want to call it out again, the tiny font, it's comical. I literally, it's like I had to take out a magnifying glass and just like, like detective that one. And coming in at the number 1 worst card of 2023, we have the Surge Platinum card. So let's crack in and see what this card's got. First off, the APR is 29.99%. I guess relative to the other cards on the list, that's not bad, but objectively, that's horrible still. But really though, we know meat and potatoes are in the fees. So what do we have as far as fees? So the first thing to call out is there's actually no setup fee, which again, relative to the cards on the list, that's a good thing, but objectively, that's a nothing burger. So the annual fee will range anywhere from 75 bucks to $125. As far as monthly maintenance fee, there is no monthly maintenance fee in the first year, and in the second year, it'll range anywhere from $0 to $10. If you want to add an authorized user, that's gonna cost you 30 bucks. And if you want a premium card design, which again, it wasn't easy to figure out what that meant on the actual application, so I called in and said, hey, I want a premium card. What does that entail? Well, that would entail your ability to pick a different color. So if you wanted a card that was silver or pink or brown, that will cost you $9.95. And get this, they have an optional fee on here because, it's not mandatory. But the optional fee here is called the expedited service fee. I'm like, expedited service, like, what does that mean? Something gets done quicker? Well, again, I called in and asked, what is this expedited service fee that's optional? It turns out that if you want to pay off your card and you don't use the mobile app or you don't use a website and you call them and say, hey, listen, I want to pay you money for the credit card that I'm using, you're gonna get charged an expedited service fee. And it's not as if the transactions process any quicker, it's just that you called them to do it. And that fee is $5.95. But, I do wanna let you guys know that it actually used to be $10.95 according to customer service reps. So they're actually doing everyone a favor by only charging you $6 to pay your credit card over the phone. It's not normal, folks. This is not normal. So let's go ahead and add it all up. So in the first year, at a maximum, you'll pay $125 for the card. Okay. In the second year and subsequent, because the monthly fee kicks in, you can pay a max of $245 a year. That's insane. It's insane. It doesn't make sense. It's not normal. $245 for a card that will charge you $6 if you decide to call in to pay it off. Whew. So that wraps it, the 5 worst cards of 2023. But we're not done yet. Of course, I've got an honorable mention for you folks. Before I get to the honorable mention, I want to give a little bit of background and context. For those of you who might not know, obviously content creation is a huge portion of my livelihood. And so I am very well in a part of the creator economy. That means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But for me, it's just basically I make money as a content creator, therefore I'm part of the creator economy. What I've seen over the past 2 years is kind of these rise of companies and businesses looking to service people who are in the creator economy. Their pitch is, well, as a creator, you're unique, you're special, you're different, and therefore you need unique, special, and different services that normal businesses might not be using. Which on the surface, yeah, maybe it makes sense. You know, I'm a content creator, like I'm not really selling things, let's say on eBay. I don't really have a software company that I'm running. Like my company is me and my face and my ability to speak and communicate and engage with my audience. That seems special and unique. Kinda. So all these different companies pop up, right? This for creator, that for creator, this for creator, that for creator. And lo and behold, a credit card pops up for creators. Now, as somebody who has had over 50 credit cards and earned over 4 million miles in points, that piqued my interest because I'm a creator. Do I think I have special problems? Not particularly, but if there's a credit card for creators, you betcha, I wanna jump on it. I wanna see what am I missing out on as a content creator? And what am I missing out on specifically from a credit card perspective? So let's turn our attention to the Carrot card. And the pitch for the card, I think, is that, oh, there's so many things happening in your financial life, let us help you. And by the way, look at this shiny metal credit card that we have. But I do want to take a minute to pause here and clarify for folks, what exactly is a content creator? Because let's be very, very honest and transparent with one another. A content creator or an influencer, someone who makes YouTube videos, who makes TikToks, who makes Instagram reels, who blogs, might even have a newsletter. What are they really? It might be a shock to folks, but it is advertising. How do most content creators on YouTube make money? AdSense. Ads play, we make money off of the ads. Now, what are sponsorships? Sponsorships are ads. Companies come and say, hey, talk about our product, we're paying you. Content creators are just advertising arms. They're just basically kind of like a media company. Basically, it's not that special. I'll be the first to admit, I'm not that special, all right? What I do is not that special. For big companies, how they think of it is, okay, let's take a massive financial company. They are gonna spend $100 million in advertising this year. A portion of it gets delineated to influencer marketing, but guess what? It's still advertising and marketing spend. It's not that special. And especially when I was looking for an accountant, they were asking me, you know, John, what do you do for a living? And I'm telling them, oh, I make content on social media. And they're like, well, what does that mean? And I was like, never mind. What I do is I do ads. And they're like, oh, so you're kind of like a services-based organization, right? I'm like, yeah, kind of. Look at that. This 70-year-old accountant was able to figure out what I did based on maybe 3 lines. Like that. And so that goes to my point of the creator economy is nothing that is so wow, so unique, so special in of itself, and therefore the solutions for the creator economy, they're really not that unique. They're just like, it's like saying, hey, you're a content creator, look at this, you see this sparkling water? Well, this is sparkling water for the creator economy because creators have an unmatched and unparalleled level of thirst. Therefore, creator fizzy water. It's not a thing. It's not similar to kind of what we're talking about with these cards where there's these crazy fees. It's not like a real thing in my eyes, at least. Because again, as a content creator, you are an advertising arm. That's what you're here to do. So let's jump into the credit card. Enough of me babbling. The credit card comes in at a sign-up bonus of nothing. Then, as far as an earnings rate, well, this is where things get interesting because I couldn't really find an earnings rate. See, I go up and down this page and it's just saying, okay, there are these buckets here that you can pick from that you can earn points on. But it doesn't say anywhere like what that is. So what I actually had to do, similar to the other cards, is pick up the phone, I had to call in and ask them, hey, what are we actually earning here on these categories? So here are the earnings rates as described to me. You're gonna earn 3 points per dollar spent on Costco or Sam's Club, 1.5% spend on all ads, okay? 1.5 on anything through PayPal. You'll earn 1 point per dollar spent through Amazon, and you'll earn 3 points per dollar spent everywhere else, which actually is pretty decent, depending on what category you end up picking. So now let's move on to benefits. And on here, they weren't clear in what was laid out. On one hand, there are these benefits I see, like for example, like financial advising, bookkeeping. But when I called in and asked about it, I was told that actually you can redeem your points or your cashback or whatever you earn through the card for those services. So those aren't benefits, they're just additional services you can pay for with points you earn. Now let's look at some of the other benefits. So there's this Supernova thing, which actually kind of seems cool. It helps you network with other creators, that's cool. A Shark Tank for creators, that's interesting. Shark Tank has an atrocious success record, by the way. Just most angel investing like this does, but okay. Learn how to invest. Not sure what that means, but okay, learn how to invest. And then we have casino nights. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting on a card. So those are the benefits I pulled out. Where this card really stuck out to me though was in the way that it was comparing itself to other cards on the marketplace. It's not exactly clear like what type of card this is, right? And what I mean by that is it a business? Is it a personal card? Is it a charge card? Is it a credit card? But they gave us a great diagram here, and I actually pulled this diagram from the way back time machine, in which they compare themselves to the Chase Inc. Business Cash, which is a business credit card, to the American Express Platinum, which is a personal charge card. In effect, you're comparing apples to bananas to a basketball. And then obviously they win all the categories. As a creator, like why would you want a credit card? Why would you want a business credit card? Well, you want a credit card probably to build your credit. Then as you scale your business and it gets bigger, you probably want a business card, right? Largely to separate out expenses, keep your expenses separate, make it easier for your accountant. But what is this chart telling me? Well, it's comparing again to a business credit card, which you can technically hold a balance on, you get accrued interest, and a personal charge card, which for charge cards, you can't hold a balance on. And the Carrot card itself is a merchant credit advance account. I asked the person on the phone what that was, didn't really get a clear answer. And I was like, well, does it help you build credit? And they're like, oh, it's in the works, but I looked it up further. In merchant credit advance accounts, specifically don't report to the credit bureaus, meaning they're specifically not helping you build credit. Specifically, they're not helping your business build credit. Because for a lot of businesses, at some point, you don't want to be the personal guarantee on the card, right? You want to be able to go get a loan in the name of your business for whatever reasons. And so business credit cards help you build a credit profile for your business the same way personal credit card does. But this business card for your creator business doesn't help you do that. So for me, at the end of the day, I understand what the Carrot card is trying to do is help creators with finances, get them up and going. But the way the card is pitched, I'm just not for it. The biggest lack is there's no sign-up bonus. And then you look at some of the other categories, for example, the ad spend category. Right now, the ad spend category is 1.5x for every dollar spent. If you get an American Express Business Gold, you can get 4x on that. If you get a Chase Inc. Preferred, you can get 3x on the ad spend. And so there's better opportunities to earn with actual business cards. In addition, those cards come with sign-up bonuses. Now, I get it. If you're new, you're just trying to figure things out, you're trying to manage it, absolutely, totally isn't gonna knock it. But also keep in mind though, as a creator, jumping on a Carrot card, that doesn't report to either bureau. It doesn't report to a business credit bureau and it doesn't report to a personal credit bureau. So you're just having this card, but you're again, not building any credit. And again, for new creators, the most important thing is I'm guessing you might've not had a credit card, or if you're just starting out your business, you probably don't have a lot of business credit. And so you wanna build both those things. And I think as somebody who's just had a ton of cards, I'm probably gonna be a little bit more critical than someone who looks at it at its face value. Cool, folks. This has been a great video. It felt good. I just feel like I got a lot off of my chest because you see these things come in, these cards with these crazy fees, and it's like, someone's gotta call it out, right? Somebody's gotta call it out. And so I guess I'm that somebody. If y'all got comments, questions, concerns, drop them down below. You know where to find me, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace.